Hey folks, it's Brian here at West Davidson Public Library again. I'm here for another episode of West Davidson Public Library's Weird Theater. Today is an interesting episode because instead of covering a movie or a TV show that we have available, I'm actually going to cover an audio drama that we have available. Today I'm going to be talking about War of the Worlds. It's directed by John Delancey, adapted by Howard Koch, and it actually has performances from Leonard Nimoy, Gates McFadden, and Brent Spiner. For those of you who are Star Trek fans, you'll recognize those names. John Delancey played the villain Q, who fought the Enterprise on Star Trek The Next Generation, and Brent Spiner and Gates McFadden were also on that show. They played Data and Dr. Crusher. So you definitely will recognize them as well. But most famously, of course, is Leonard Nimoy, who played Mr. Spock on the original Star Trek series. So with a cast like this and a pedigree like that, they're also doing a iconic version of an iconic science fiction story. This is a radio drama version of the original radio broadcast by Orson Welles that came out in 1938. So this is not an audio book of the H.G. Wells book. This is a adaptation of the radio play that came out back then. That radio play is infamous. It triggered a bit of a panic back in 1938. Not nearly as big of a panic as some reports like to make out, but some of it was exaggerated by the newspapers. According to some of my research, apparently the newspapers were competing with the radio at the time, so they made a bigger deal out of it, hoping to get radio in trouble. So it was not as bad as it was often reported as. However, it was pre-World War II America, and everybody was on edge, so there was some panic when it happened. Now, having said that, it was an infamous radio broadcast and a legendary take on the original story. And as such, Delancey and his friend at NPR decided to do a radio production of it and had it adapted for that purpose. Now, I'm a big fan of the original radio broadcast. I'm also a big fan of the book. When I was a kid, I actually heard the radio drama on Halloween night in my grandparents' camper as a kid, and it thrilled me. It was the first time I'd ever got to hear it, and the original was a bunch of fun and really creepy. And then I've also read the book, which I read as a kid, and I'm a big, big fan of that book. It's one of my favorite old science fiction books. And since I love both of those, I like to check out any new take on them, any remake, adaptation, any sequel. Some people made some really cool sequels to them. So I'm always a fan of those. So when I saw this available on NC Digital, I decided I had to check it out. This was delightful. I'm a big fan of radio dramas in the first place, and this was really well done. Both Spiner and Gates McFadden and, of course, Leonard Nimoy are all fantastic, but everybody's great in it. It has some really great performances in it. And, of course, radio drama, it's all voice work, and they all did a great job. I'll also say that it was very well paced. It was just over an hour long, and so I listened to it in an afternoon working here at the library one day, and had a bunch of fun listening to it. It was really well done. I will say, if you're going to listen to it, it's probably not terribly appropriate for young audiences, unless you want to scare the heck out of them. It has some descriptions of violence and death that probably aren't appropriate for younger viewers. But if you're teen or older, you should be safe listening to this. I highly recommend it. You can find it on NC Digital, and you can find it on the Libby app, and you can listen to it on either platform. And it is a bunch of fun. It was one of the best adaptations I've ever heard of the original radio broadcast. So definitely check it out. And once you've had a chance to check it out, just let us know in the comments below what you thought of War of the Worlds with the Star Trek centric cast. And once again, we want to thank you here at West Davidson Public Library for watching West Davidson Public Library's Weird Theater.